B.ed Ctet History Chapter number 14 Creation of an Empire. The Mughal emperor was an emperor in the Indian subcontinent established by a Muslim dynasty of Chagatai Turco-Mongol origin from Central Asia. The Mughal emperor extended over larger parts of Indian subcontinent and Afghanistan. The empire at its peak was spanning 4 million square kilometers. The Mughals were descendants of two great lineages of rulers. From the mother's side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan. Mother's side, Genghis Khan, and father's side, they were successor of Timur. Mughal Emperor. First, Babur. Babur was the founder of Mughal rule. He belonged to Chagatai section of Turkish race. His father was Umar Sheikh Mirza. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi and his Afghan supporters at First Battle of Panipat in 1526. He defeated Rana Sanga Rajput rulers and allies at Kanhua near Fatehpur Sikri in 1527. Babur defeated the Rajput under of Chanderi Medini Rai in 1528. He established control over Agra, Delhi, and before his death. Then Humayun. Humayun succeeded Babur throne at Agra. He divided the Mughal territories with the three brothers according to the will of his father. Humayun became weakened against Afghan competitors by the cause of his brother Mirza Kaman's ambition. Sher Khan defeated Humayun at Chosa 1534-9 and Kannauj 1540, forcing him to flee Iran. In Iran, Humayun received help from Sifayat Shah. He recaptured Delhi in 1555 but died the next year after an accident in his library room. Akbar. Akbar was born at Amarkot in the palace of Rajput chieftain Rana Virsal in 1542. He was 30 years old when he became emperor. His reign can be divided into three periods. Akbar became independent of the regent Behram Khan and other members of his domestic staff. Akbar defeated Hemu during the Second Battle of Panipat in 1556. Akbar launched military campaigns against the Suris and other Afghanis, Malwa and Gondwana. He suppressed the revolt of the half-brother Mirza Hakim and his Uzbeks. In 1586, the Sisodia capital of Chittor was seized, and in 1569, Ranthambore military campaigns in Gujarat during 1570–73. In 74–76, Akbar marched against Bihar and Bengal. In 1581, Mirza Hakim was defeated. Kabul was exiled after the death of Mirza Hakim. Expansion of Akbar's empire campaigns were launched in the northwest India. Kandahar was seized from the Safavid. Kashmir was exiled. Campaigns in the Deccan started and Berar, Khandesh and parts of Ahmednagar were exiled. In the last years of his reign, Akbar was distracted by the rebellion of the Prince Salim, the future Emperor Jahangir. Then Akbar's policies. Akbar's administration was elaborately discussed by Abul Fazl in his book, the Akbarnama, in particular in his last volume, the Ain-e-Akbari. The emperor was divided into provinces called the Sabas, governed by Subedar. There were other forces in Sabah like military paymaster Bakhashi, the minister in charge of religious and charitable patronos Sadar, military commanders Fauzdar and town of police commander Katwal. When Akbar was at Fatehpur Sikri during the 1570s, he started discussions on religion with ulama, Brahmins, Jesuits, priests, and Zoroastrians. These discussions took place in the Ibadat Khana. Akbar led to the idea of Sulk-e-Khuj or universal fees. ठीक है, अकबर ने कौन सा आइडिया दिया था? शुल्क खुज मीन्स यूनिवर्सल फीस. दैट इज अकबर्स पॉलिसीज. हम अकबर्स की पॉलिसीज को रीड कर रहे हैं. Abdul Fazl helped Akbar in framing a vision of governments around this area of Sulk-e-Khuj. This प्रिंसिपल ऑफ गवर्नेंस वॉज फॉलोड बाय जो पॉलिसी थी वो जहांगीर ने भी फॉलो की थी, ये शाहजहाँ ने भी फॉलो की थी। कौन सी पॉलिसी? यूनिवर्सल पीस। अकबरनामा एंड एन ए अकबरी। Akbar ordered one of his close friends and courtiers, Abul Fazl, to write a history of his reign. Abul Fazl wrote a 3-volume history of Akbar's reign titled Akbarnama. The first volume dealt with Akbar's ancestors, and the second volume recorded the events of Akbar's reign, and the third volume is the An-e-Akbari. It deals with Akbar's administration, household, army, and the revenue and the geography of his empire. It also provides rich details about the traditions and the culture of the people in the living India. उसके बाद है जहांगीर। जहांगीर कंटिन्यूड अकबर्स मिलिट्री कैंपेन। द सिसोदिया रूलर ऑफ मेवाड़ अमर सिंह एक्सेप्टेड मुगल सर्विस। ही कंकर्ड अहमदनगर इन 1670 अंडर प्रिंस खुर्राम, who was rewarded with the title of Shahjahan. Prince Karam rebelled in the last year of his reign. The efforts of Noor Jahan, Jahangir's wife, to marginalize him were unsuccessful. In 1622, the Mughal lost Kandahar to the Irani king Shah Abbas. Mehrunsia married with Jahangir in 1611 and received the title of Noor Jahan. Then Jahangir became famous for his patronage of paintings. He wrote his biography Tujak-e-Jahangiri in Persian. ये किसकी बायोग्राफी थी? ये बायोग्राफी थी जहांगीर की। Then है शाहजहाँ। मुगल campaigns continued to Deccan under Shahjahan. The Afghan noble Khan Jahan Lodi rebelled during his time and was defeated. Campaigns were launched against the Ahmednagar, and finally in 1632 it was exiled by Mughal emperor. Bundels were defeated and Orcha seized by Mughal. In northwest, the campaigns to seize Balkh from the Uzbeks were unsuccessful, and Kandahar was lost to the Safavid forever. In 1657-58 there was a conflict over succession among Shah Jahan's sons. Aurangzeb was victorious and his 3 brothers including Dara Shikoh were killed. Shah Jahan was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Agra. Then है औरंगजेब. He was the third son of शाहजहाँ. शाहजहाँ का तीसरा बेटा था. During his reign, the Mughal emperor reached his territorial climax. In the northeast, the Ahoms were defeated in 1663. He campaigned in the northwest against the Jufojai and Sikh. He also had to face the rebellion of Jats and Satnamis. Mughal intervention in the succession and internal policies of the Rathore Rajwat of Marwa led to the rebellion. His campaign against the Maratha chieftain Shivaji were initially successful, but Aurangzeb installed Shivaji, who escaped from Agra and declared himself an independent king. Prince Akbar rebelled against Aurangzeb and received support from Marathas and Deccan Sultan. He finally fled to Iran. After Akbar's reign, Aurangzeb sent armies against the Deccan Sultans. Bijapur was exiled in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. From 1698, Aurangzeb personally campaigned in the Deccan against the Marathas, who started guerrilla warfare. Aurangzeb died in 1707. His mausoleum is located in Aurangabad. Aurangzeb reimposed the jizya tax in 1679 and destroyed. He was also called Jinda Peer. किसको जिंदा पीर कहा जाता था? औरंगजेब को. Then later Mughal. The Mughal rulers who came to power after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707 are known as the later Mughals. Later Mughals were weak and could not hold the vast Mughal empire together. The decline of the Mughal empire led to the rise of many autonomous states of kingdoms. Shah Alam was the first later Mughal period, followed by Jahan Shah, Farokh-Shiar, Rafi Usdara, Rafi Ustullah, Muhammad Shah, Ahmad Shah, Almgir Shah, Alam Akbar, and the last ruler of the Bahadur Shah Jafir. Bahadur Shah Jafir was the last ruler of the Mughal emperor. He was an accomplished poet and his pen name was Jafar, means victory. He participated in the revolt of 1857. After the revolt suppressed, he was deported to Rangoon, Burma on the decision of Lord Canning. He was a Lord Canning कौन था? गवर्नर जनरल था उस टाइम का. Later he died in 1662. Mughal relationship with other rulers. The Mughal rulers campaigned constantly against rulers who refused to accept them authority. When the Mughals became powerful, many other rulers joined them voluntarily. Many of them married their daughters into Mughal families and received high positions. The mother of Jahangir was a Kachwala princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Amber. The mother of the Shah Jahan was a Rathore princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Marwar. The Sasodiya Rajput refused to accept Mughal authority for a long time. Once defeated, however, they were honorably treated by the Mughals, given them lands, baton back as assignments, Batan Jagir. Then have Mansabdars and Jagirdars. In the Mughal period, those people who joined Mughal services were enrolled as Mansabdars. In Mughal period, those पीपल हु ज्वाइन मुग़ल सर्विस, जो मुग़ल सर्विस को ज्वाइन करता था उनको कहा जाता था मनसबदार. It was term referred to position or rank, salary and military responsibility. The rank and salary were determined by the numerical value called Ctet. The Mansabdar's military responsibility required him to maintain a specific number of sawar or cavalry men. Mansabdar received them salaries and revenue assessment called jagirs. In Akbar's reign, these jagirs were carefully assessed, but during Aurangzeb's reign, it became the actual revenue collection rather than the granted jagir. Then had Japt and Zamindars. The main source of income available to Mughal was tax on produce of the peasantry. Akbar's revenue minister, Todar Mal, carried a survey of crop, yield, prices and areas cultivated for a 100-year period, 1517 and 1580. On the basis of this data, tax was fixed on each crop in cash. Each province was divided into revenue circles. The revenue system was known as Japt. It was very difficult to implement in provinces like Gujarat and Bengal. The Mughal emperor in the 17th century, after international travelers appeared at the state of poverty that existed side by side with the greatest opulence. The inequalities were glaring. The 20th year of Shah Jahan's reign informed us that the highest ranking Mansabdars were only 445 in number out of a total 8,000. This small number, a mere 5.6% of the total number of Mansabdars, received 61.5% of the total estimated revenue of the emperor as salaries for themselves. The Mughal emperor and the Mansabdars spent a great deal of their income on salaries and goods. The poorest people lived from hand to mouth. The wealthier peasantry and artisans groups and the merchants and bankers profited in his economic world. As the authority of Mughal emperor slowly declined, his servants emerged as powerful countries or powers in his regions. They constituted new dynasties, held command of provinces like Hyderabad and Oudh. Although they continued to recognize the Mughal emperor in Delhi as the master by the 18th century. सो ये था चैप्टर आज का. एंड इस चैप्टर में जो भी CTET में PYQ प्रीवियस जो क्वेश्चन आए हैं वो हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस करेंगे, जब आपको ये चैप्टर टोटली क्लियर हो जाएगा किस तरह के चैप्टर से क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं.